Alrighty everyone, and welcome to the Camping Universe Xfinity Series Chase Cutoff Race from Daytona International Speedway. Welcome here tonight. We're going to get qualifying underway. We'll get into the chase here in just one moment. And when we go through the grid, you can see some of the people that are locked into the chase coming into the night. Not showing up as well in the ticker as I'd like, but we'll have it fixed for next week. But here we go, as we're going to take a look as everybody gets ready to qualify here tonight. Again, taking care of your car, that's going to be the key all night long. And you see the 13, one of those involved in the chase here tonight, already locked in. As you look through the field here, the 42, or excuse me, the 2 is now the 57. He will be locked in. Jared went and switched numbers on us. So those two locked in. You got Madison in as well, along with a couple more, and we'll go in detail in just a moment. Those guys, nothing to worry about here, but we have a battle, folks, on back in the chase format here tonight. And if somebody can get a win, maybe shake everything up. So I'm going to explain it the best I can here during qualifying to where we set in the scenarios that we do have going on going into this evening. We got several different ones. So, as we set right now, the current drivers locked in, don't have anything to worry about. It's going to involve Patrick Curtis, Jared Ziegler, Dustin Madison, Caleb Nelson, Ashton, and Jonathan Dance, as long as they both make this race. I believe they both are here. We'll double check in a moment. Now, your points battle. This is where it's going to get interesting. Jeffrey Sykes up by 124. Antonio Bianchi up by 50. Austin Green, the last car right now in on points. He is up by 23 points over Kevin Nelson. Now Kevin Nelson behind him, Brian Ziegler as well. Levi and Brian Robinson, Christopher and Joshua Strauss. Anybody not listed, if they were to win and be eligible, well, that is going to knock Austin Green out. So Austin Green is the car on the hot seat here tonight going into Daytona, as we got a couple cars top of the board. That includes Jacob Tyler, May, and Mike there as well. Two drivers that are not currently in the playoffs top of the board in qualifying. Dustin Madison here in the 13. Now he is locked in. Nothing to worry about here tonight except extra points. What about Norman King here, fighting his way to try to get his season turned around? He gets a win here tonight. He can lock himself in. I jokingly said off air, I'm going to be kind of mad if he don't. But, hey, Norman, go get it, buddy. You've had a rough season. But it's Daytona. We know Norman's good here. Can he rock that number 28 in here tonight? We're getting ready to find out, folks. Look at Donnie to the top of the board. Boy, oh boy, some non-playoff cars up front. Caleb Nelson breaks that trend. Caleb Nelson to the top of the board in the 07. Again, Caleb Nelson already locked in. He's actually +5 in bonus points for the first round. Nelson there in the 07 machine. Looking at Kevin there as well. Jeffrey Sykes, top of the board. Good run for Jeffrey as well. Again, he is leading that playoff format as well. Alright, so breaking news, moderator looking through. We do not see Ashton on the starting grid, which would change everything. That's actually going to move. Let's double check here. That would move Kevin Nelson up into the chase unofficially if Ashton does not start this race. And then the first car out would be Brian Ziegler at that point. And from the looks of it, he'd be about 39 points out if Ashton does not take the green. Josiah Strauss to the top of the board. Great run there for Josiah at the top of the board, leading here at Daytona. Well, folks, as we're wrapping up qualifying, well, who can we grab from our nice little Discord channel that might be interesting to talk to? Norman, they're trying to hang on. I want to see if Mr. Green's in here, but he's not, unfortunately. Let's see who all we got to grab. Well, I tell you what, let's grab Brian Robinson because he is 110 points out. We'll get a word with him as we get ready to grid the cars up here in just one moment. They'll take the grid. Oh, Mr. Brian. See if we can get a copy on him. Hey, Brian Robinson, Matt up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. Well, you come in tonight, you're sitting in the playoff standings a little bit out. Coming into the night, we're 62 out, but Ashton did not show up, so that changed things a little bit. You're going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of, I estimated, about 39 out now. So you're 39 out. Do you think you can make it in on points? You know, 39 points, Brian, that'd be a lot here tonight, buddy. I think we lost him.
No, at this point, Jared's talking to my ear. At this point, it's kind of just a win. You just have to win, and I've done pretty good on restrictor play races, so we'll see what happens.
Alrighty, man. Well, best of luck to you. So you're pretty much saying you're not going to make it in on points. You're going for a win here tonight.
I think that's probably true. With the amount of people and how close everything is, I think it's win.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll go have fun out there. We'll try to keep up with it in the booth. Wish us luck, but we're going to try to keep up with the ongoing situation. Good luck out there, buddy.
Thanks. Have a good night.
All righty, my friend. Have fun out there, buddy. Well, there we go. Let's go ahead and get your starting lineup, starting grid officially. Now you see the qualified order. We'll go to our official starting grid. A lot to keep up with here tonight. It's going to be kind of hectic, so bear with me. This thing's going to change literally pretty much every lap. I have a feeling until the end. Alright, here is your starting lineup here tonight. Patrick Curtis, you see that little marker there, that chase driver marker. On pole here tonight, outside of him, Josiah Strauss. Setting in third, Dustin Madison, Jared Ziegler. Also a chase driver, Jeffrey Sykes. In on points right now, Kevin Nelson there as well. Starting in that 7th position, Brian Ziegler, Jonathan Dance in the chase. Caleb Nelson locked in the chase here tonight. Keith Nelson there in 10th. Starting 11th, Jacob Tyler May, also outside looking in. Norman King in the 28 machine here tonight. 13th, that's going to be Don Parks. Can he come up with a way up? What about Mike there in 14th? Donnie there in 15th, also not in. Brian Robinson looking for a way in. And Carrington, Hart Green back here. A bunch of people trying to get in. Of course, Antonio is good on points when he starts. Christopher right now as well outside looking in. Levi, Steve there as well. Austin Green in from the start. Gary Wright also trying to fight in. 24 cars. Well, folks, it's come down to this. Cutoff night at Daytona, lights out on top of the pace car. And we're going to go green for 100 laps here tonight. The Camping Universe Xfinity Series Intimidator 250 at Daytona. Getting ready to go green as they work our way off of 3 and 4. Alright, as we get ready to go here. Who is going to get the win at Daytona? Would it be somebody behind trying to get themselves in? Will it be somebody already locked in, shutting the door? Patrick Curtis will lead them down in that number 1 machine. Always want to say number 4 machine. It's a beautiful looking race car. Here we go. Getting ready to go. Green is out. We're underway. Everybody coming up to speed side by side early on. Look at that outside lane already working together. That's Jared Ziegler. Don't count him out in the 57. Again, formerly the 2 machine. I think he's officially went back to his own old number. I'm going to kill him. He loves to dance between those 2 numbers. Look at Dancer in the 3. So at this point, for formality's sake, we have took the green. That is going to eliminate Ashton from the playoffs. He did not make the required starts. So even with a win, he is out of as of right now. he is eliminated from the chase. So that's going to change things around as we go throughout the night. And we'll keep going right now down the front straightaway. We'll get our ticker up now as we come to complete lap number 1. Alright, everybody in the line. You see Norman King back there in 12th. His only shot at making it in tonight. He's going to have to get a win. Norman having a rough season, trying to work his way into a playoff contending position. Patrick Curtis out front right now, leading the way of this field. Down the back straightaway right now, 2 by 2. 2 laps in the books here tonight from Daytona International Speedway. Alright, we'll take a look here. We got a couple of cars dropping to the rear, diving below the apron. And we take a look here, you see kind of riding around in the back, not a bad idea. You want to save your car the best you can. Change for the race lead. First lead change under green of the night. Jeffrey up to the top of the board here. Nice move, led that outside line and got it to the lead here, and he will hang on for now. Alright, back single file with Patrick on the bottom. Expect fuel mileage here tonight around 30 to 35 laps. And with this league, I have a feeling we might see it. And 3 wide, Jared, I believe that is. Nope, check that. It's going to be Jeffrey going to get kind of shuffled out of line. You got a couple of paint schemes out there tonight looking pretty similar. That tends to happen a lot to us. But man, Jeffrey back at least a 10th here after getting shuffled out of line. And right now, Patrick Curtis right around the bottom. He's going to have Josiah now taking over the race lead. Look at Josiah jumping out in front. Good job for him to that inside line. And he'll lead that inside line through. Patrick Curtis, strong car here this year. Right around the bottom. Trying to make it work, and he's doing a great job. Everybody in line. Again, you don't want to tear up your car early on in this one. 3 cars on the outside lane now. That's the 00 leading that, or Foley trailing that outside line. And that is Mr. Donnie. He's also not in the playoffs as of yet. He's up there in front, so is the 74. So we've got a couple of guys up here trying to play smaller and get their way in here tonight. 5 out of 100 in the books. And easy does it. Again, we will cut the field here tonight of playoff contending cars. Down the back straightaway, Patrick Curtis going to dive below the yellow line. Looked like for a minute he was going to drop back, but he's going to jump back up into the draft line of the inside lane. Good run so far tonight. So that's where we're at now, outside line there as well. That's going to be Jacob. Really doing a great job on the top of the racetrack, working his way through. Again, 2 lead changes officially on the night. Jacob Tyler May, he's going to make it lead change number 3 out in front of the field. 6 complete of the 100. Again, a playoff contending a race here from Daytona International Speedway. It's going to be quite interesting to how this pans out. Everybody down on the yellow line. Single file. We're going to freight train this thing right now. Nobody really tried to make any moves that they feel per se that they would make a mistake and maybe tear the car up. We're just going to go freight trains around the bottom. Taking a look here at people like Jonathan Dance back here in the pack. Let's hop on board for a lap of Mr. Dance mid-pack. And let's hear how much he's on and off the throttle all around the racetrack. On board with Jonathan. And you hear keeping a nice little gap. Doing a pretty good job. I don't think he's exactly full throttle here. Maybe a percentage off, maybe 2% off full throttle. Riding behind the 54 machine. Keeping that car right in line for the most part. May out in front of the field. Jacob Tyler May having a great run. Jacob Tyler May leads the field right now, hanging on out in front. And single file we are. Down the front straightaway once again. 8 out of 100 complete. That number 54 Ford Mustang right there as well. Right now, 9 going to be on the board this time by. You see Madison there as well. And these guys right around to the inside of the racetrack. Not too much checking up in this line right now. So a pretty good deal as far as pace. And everybody's kind of surprised me. We have got a single file line around the bottom. And I don't think we're going to see this change very much here tonight. Everybody being very protective of their race car. There's no more chances after tonight. If you're not in, you are sent home. Adios, bye-bye. Come again next year is basically what you're saying to yourself. And every driver out there, I assure you, wants to make the chase. Because if you don't, you know, all that work throughout the season is gone. I mean, that's all there is to it. This chase format is very brutal for these drivers. You've got to stay focused. You're at Daytona. Probably one of the better places to be in an outside looking in position. You know, you can come up with a surprise win here pretty easily, and we've seen it happen before. And that's the way we run right now. 9 of 100 in the books. 9 of 100 in the books right now. 10 on the board. Right now, single file, Jacob, Tyler, May, Mike there as well, Josiah, Brian Ziegler, Donnie, Patrick Curtis, Don, Jonathan Dance up there as well. Everybody's still single file right now. And 10 of 100 in the books here. Jacob, Tyler, May right there in the race lead. Doing a great job. Not much to show you right now. See, everybody, look at this though. Norman King, he's got some help with him, trying to Frogger his way up through the field. And he's got the help of Antonio. Look at this. Antonio came in on points. So it'd be a great plan for him to stick with Norman. Ensure that he's going to make the chase. Kind of work Norman up through the pack here. And folks, that is what he's doing. Great move here by Antonio, working with Norman King. Norman King has not had the best season, but right now, car by car, inching his way towards the front. And easy does it. He's up to 6. Donnie there jumps out of the line as well. From that 5th spot, Norman will come to his back bumper, give him a shove. And they're going to try to work themselves up to the front. Alright, here they go. Into 1 and 2. Now we've got an outside group coming, led by Donnie, Norman King, and Antonio Bianchi right there as well. Those 3 cars doing a great job. The first 2 of those outside looking in at the playoffs. And they're going to work together to the front of the field. I do believe the run's going to die out here. I don't think Norman's going to hang back this race. I think he's got it all to hang out there. And we're seeing that here as he works his way to the front. He's telling the guys behind him and around him, come on, let's go. Let's try to get to the front of the field. And, you know, we're not going to gain nothing by staying back here. And they are working their way forward right now. And right now, those 2 lines outside and inside dead even pretty much. Now Jacob Tyler May will pull back out in front. Antonio's going to dive out of the outside line to the bottom. That's going to leave Donnie and Norman King out there kind of all by themselves on their own little island on the outside of the racetrack. Right now, Norman King jumps back in the line once again, staying with Donnie. The 2 musketeers on the top of the racetrack all by their lonesome and nobody going with them as they come to complete 14 of 100. 14 of 100 laps. Going to be in the books this time by. You are watching the Camping Universe Xfinity Series Intimidator 250 at Daytona. And right now, Donnie trying to jump back in the line, not going to be enough. They're actually going to lose some ground here. Again, coming up on 15 of 100 complete. Alright, Norman King outside the line. And he's actually going to dive, and that's going to leave Donnie all by himself. Well, the two musketeers have now become the one musketeer. And you don't want to be the one musketeer because you're going to the rear, I promise you. And there he goes, he'll fall back in line. So everybody back to the bottom. Nobody on the island on the outside, everybody back to the homeland on the bottom. And that's where they're going to stay the rest of the night, I have a feeling. Is there 15 of 100 complete here tonight. 15 of 100, and just as I say that, we got another car taking it outside the lane. That is the 7 machine of Brian Ziegler going up there. Here comes Norman King again, trying to get the outside line to work. Norman up there on the top side of the racetrack, doing everything he can. What a battle here. He's got a little bit of help. Well, that island on the outside is getting a little bit more populated. Starting to get them together, that outside lane, doing a great job. These 3 cars. And they'll see if they can work their way forward. Everybody else, if you look all the way back through the pack, everybody single file as we're coming up on 17 of 100 in the books tonight. Man, this has been an interesting race already here this evening. Norman King in the 28 running the top side of the racetrack. Donnie right there with him. He's got a little bit of help in front of him. It's going to be Brian Ziegler he's giving a shove to. Brian again trying to work his way forward and doing a good job of it right now. Oh, contact, here we go. The 7, the 28, the 74. Norman King's night is going to come to an end. Multiple cars now in the back as well. At least 4 cars on the outside looking in involved. Yellow on the racetrack at the parking lot off of 2. Holy shit. Sorry for my language. Anyway. Oh man, what a wreck. Oh my goodness. The 28 on the outside, and you're going to see. Oh man, Norman's night is over. Oh my goodness. Oh. Norman King trying to do everything he can, and we piled him up. King's night. We'll go back and look throughout some of the field at the other cars that were involved. What a mess. Night 18 complete. And take a look at the 09 back here as well. And they're going to be wrecking up in front of them, and there's just nothing they can do. You got guys walking it down. The 74 came back up the racetrack in front of him. Man, oh man. And I do not believe we have basher bears tonight. My, oh my. Hart Green, who was back here in the mix of all of this as well, got through it for the most part until right there. We're going to go on board with Hart Green. Wow. Huge championship implications as Hart Green caught up in it as well. And easy does it. Man, oh man, I don't know here because the Hart looks like he's got it. He's rolling slow. But something happens here as he's trying to work his way through this mess of a Mayway, and it's wow. Folks, we'll come back from commercial break here in just a moment. Big incident, lap number 19. And I don't believe we have any fast repairs. I'll double check that. I can't remember. I don't believe we have any here tonight. And we'll double check it. We'll be back with you at Daytona here in a moment. Alright, back here with you from Daytona International Speedway as we get ready to go back green once again. 20 out of 100. And I double checked during cautions, there are no fast repairs here tonight. So we're going to have a ton of cars with damage from that first incident of the evening. And Norman King's car is out of the race here tonight on pit road, multiple laps down. Chase hopes from Norman King is going to be over. 20 out of 100 in the books here tonight. We're going to have a ton of... Well, and so we'll get ready to go green. 20 of 100 in the books. Here we go once again. Green getting ready to be back in the air once again. 20 out of 100 in the books. Here we go. Back underway at Daytona. Everybody back single file. Don up there as well. Don having a great run. He'll lead the front of the pack around. And Don doing a great job out in front of the 3 car of Jonathan Dance. And right now everybody hanging on down the back straightaway. Single file once again, and we're going to have less cars that are really competitive here now. After that first incident, it took a lot of cars out of this one. 2 cars on the outside led by Josiah. Good run for him on the top side of the racetrack. Josiah Strauss out there as well. You see dropping back right now pretty fastly. Jared Ziegler. All these guys right here up in front of the pack, they're going to get single file once again. And what a race so far tonight. 22 complete. Already one huge incident on the evening. And right now we'll continue along. What a race so far tonight. We'll continue right now. 22 of 100 complete. That's 22 of 100 in the books here tonight. Don Parks out in front right now. Single file for the most part. Jonathan Dance, Patrick Curtis, Caleb Nelson right there as well. 23 on the board. Again, we did have pit stops all but the front two cars during that caution. So they're going to be on a total different pit strategy than everyone else. Again, 24 on the board this time by. And we're going to have just about a quarter of this race in the books. And we'll be a quarter of the way through this one. Lead change, that's going to be Caleb Nelson to the outside, working his way forward. 24 out of 100 in the books here this evening. Right now, Caleb Nelson out front. 24 of 100 in the books this evening. And right now, Caleb doing a great job. If I could talk Rip Broadcaster, if I could talk tonight, out front, Don Parks, Jacob Tyler May, Jonathan Dance, Patrick Curtis, all these guys at the front of the pack going for it. Quarter of the way through this one here tonight. It's been fun all night long so far. Again, one big incident, taking out a bunch of contenders, including that 28 machine of Norman King, who had worked their way to near the front of the pack. And that looks like that's Caleb still brinking out as he's side by side right now on the outside of the racetrack, outside of Jonathan Dance. Mr. Dance doing a good job holding the bottom, trying to make the pass here. Doing a wonderful job just running the inside line. Again, 25 of 100 in the books here tonight. $25 of 100 in the books here this evening. Sykes, Nelson, Wilmer, Green, all these guys back here trying to inch their way back forward. But I'm not even sure how many guys got out of that unscathed of that stack up that we did have. I know the top 8 looks to be pretty good. Dustin Madison back here as well, pretty good. Jeffrey Sykes' car seems to be in decent condition. Some damage on the back of that car. But other than that, once you get back here to like Austin Green, guys back here in this second pack, I think this is where you become a little bit more tricky on what their plans are going to be. Carrington back here as well. Steve back there also in that 66 machine. Don Parks out in front, 26 of 100 in the books this season. Parks doing all he can in that 54 machine, trying to hang on to the race lead. 27 of 100 in the books this time by. 27 in the books out of 100. And right now, single file down the back straightaway. Looks like the one's going to dive out of line again below the yellow, drop his way back. He's feeling like it's getting a little bit too dicey up in front of him. And look at Caleb to the bottom there, taking over the race lead. Big move from the outside to the bottom. He's going to leave his drafting partner of Jacob Tyler May out there with nobody to help him. May dropping back here. But here around the inside of the racetrack, 28 out of 100 in the books. And right now we'll work our way through 7 lead changes on the night. In the Camping Universe Xfinity Series, Intimidator 250 at Daytona. Again, as we're headed towards the playoffs. Inch by inch towards those playoffs here. Right now out in front, that's going to be Caleb Nelson. Great run for him out of turn number 4. 29 out of 100 in the books. We'll take a look at that cutoff spot once again. And if we take a look at it here, line of 100 in the books. Let's see if we can get a word in with Norman King. He's still end up down there. Hey Norman, you got a copy on it, buddy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Well, unfortunately, you're not come to a premature end.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looked like I think the 74 came up into the 7 there coming into the turn. I thought I had him high, and I think the 7 got into me and clipped me down, and then I went for a ride, but at least I'm able to walk away from that wreck.
10-4, buddy. Well, whatever you do, don't go back and watch the wreck on the broadcast.
Well, you know, unfortunately, I've watched enough of the wreck already. Unfortunately, that wreck also took my teammate out, ending both of our seasons and our nights early.
Oh, well,
we had
it kind of forced your broadcaster into saying something on air I don't think I've ever said it before.
Well, we'll put it to you this way: this night sums up our season as a team. We had nothing going for us this season. We had a blast out there. Great racing, great league. The issue is we never got luck going. So we're hitting the reset button. We got nothing to go for in the playoffs. So we're gonna try to grab some momentum here at the end of the season to pump into next season and start trying to have some decent finishes for the rest of the year.
10-4, buddy. Well, overall, it's been a pretty good race. Just that one big incident. What do you expect to see coming towards the end? You think we're going to get a surprise winner here?
I do. I was planning on hanging out in the back tonight, and you saw how quick that changed. It was the perfect storm. It was calm. I had a great push from Antonio. He stuck his nose out there once or going for it, got a run on Brian, and he took me all the way to the front. We got checked up there with 00 jumping up in front. But I think you're going to see a lot of good, clean racing, and as the night goes, it's going to get a lot more pushier.
Yeah, I don't think we're done with the accidents here tonight. I really don't. I think, like you said, as the night goes on, everybody's patience are going to wear out here.
Yeah, I think I would say if I was going to do a map 15 is when the chaos is going to.
Right.
Well, 2 or 3 lap 15.
Well, buddy, I'm going to let you go. Discord's trying to act up on us, but I hate your season ended early, my friend. Well, your chase hopes, not your season, but your chase hopes.
But I'd like to thank Racers for Christ, Strength Through Knowledge, Ford, Robert Yates, Engine, and Tuner School for everything they do for me. God bless everyone. I hope you have a good rest of your night, sir.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good one. Like I said, don't go back and watch that crash, whatever you do. By me telling you not to, I know you're going to.
Now I'm going to do it, so it's too late.
All right. See you, buddy.
Bye.
All right. That was Norman King. Sorry about the Discord issue there a little bit. Single file. Nothing missing on the racetrack right now. And they will hang on single file 34, 100 complete. We're actually going to have some lap cars there on the top of the racetrack as they hang on. A couple of cars behind them, all strategy here, both at 34 laps on their stint. Probably be seeing them hitting pit road here before much longer. Again, thank everyone for joining us here tonight. Camping Universe Xfinity Series, and we got a little bit of a challenge. Jacob Tyler May on the outside of the racetrack. Good run. Caleb not really got much, doesn't really have much help behind him. He's also blinking a little bit. It's going to hurt Caleb. We're taking a look here at the 54 of Don here. He's the third car in line on the bottom, but he wasn't really able to get up there. New race leader, Jacob Tyler May. And that could be one of the ones that would be the sneakers to maybe get themselves into the playoffs. With a late season win at Daytona. Again, earlier on, if you missed it, humongous wreck. Took out a ton of contending cars. And right now we're just hanging on here to the first round of stops here in just a little while. So I think this thing's going to pick up. Right now we got 21 cars running, of which 17's on the lead lap. So 17 cars still in it here. As we'll continue on right now. 36 of 100 complete. In single file right now, Jacob Tyler May, Josiah Strauss, Caleb Nelson right there as well. And we will continue along around the bottom of the racetrack right now. And everybody hanging on, 37 of 100 complete. And great race here so far tonight, fellas. It's been a lot of fun up here in the Extreme Sim TV booth. Again, 37 of these 100 complete. We've still got playoffs for this series. A long way to go in the season right now. We're nowhere close to being done. This is just to set your playoff field. And look at Caleb jumping out of line again, trying to lead the outside line, but he's got no help. No help whatsoever up there. He's going to have to fall back in line. Again, no help for him on the outside of the racetrack. Again, as we're inching closer to our halfway mark here tonight, everybody in the line. And again, I think when we get to the green, okay, changing the points once again. Austin Green has declined his auto into the standings. All right. So if we move all out Austin Green and we move out, hang on, let's see. Austin declined his auto in. So this is confusing, but we're somewhere got it right. Right now, by my scoring, Jeffrey Sykes would be in. And the cutoff would be Kevin Nelson would move up because of Ashton not making it. So the last car in would be Kevin Nelson, Brian Ziegler. Let's see where Kevin's at right now. 14th for the 71 machine. And getting ready to go a lap down, so I believe, hang on, excuse me there, it went to the wrong car. The 71 of Kevin, where's he at on the racetrack? Right now, Nelson is in 13th. As we're trying to figure all this out, points-wise, stuff's still the same on the racetrack right now. No huge change. Trying to get all this piece together right now. Caleb Nelson though on the outside of Jacob Tyler May. Jacob Tyler May on the bottom. Great run around this racetrack right now. As we're continuing again, we're roughly 41 laps complete. A couple of cars back there in the pack, 40 laps on their stint, who didn't pit under the first caution, working our way around some lap traffic there, getting everybody jumbled up. But Dawn Parks and it looks like Jonathan Dance is on that alternate fuel strategy, so they should be coming in here pretty soon, here in a few laps to hit pit road, take 4 front tires and the fuel. That's the way they run right now, 41 and 100 in the books. 41 of 100 in the books here tonight. Single file down the front straightaway once again. And we're looking for those cars to dive down pit road of Don Parks and Jonathan Dance. They will stay out another lap here at Daytona. Again, 42 of 100 in the books here tonight. And right now Caleb on the top side, trying to hang on. And right now everybody having a pretty smooth race around the bottom. And right now out in front of the field, Josiah now leads the way in front of Jacob Tyler May. 11 lead changes on the night. And they're going to push together up at the front of the pack. Nelson out there by himself. And dropping back. And we're still going to have cars out there on 43 lap fuel runs here. So they've got to be getting near the end here as they're dropping back right now. And Caleb's still having some trouble with that car kind of blinking in and out right now. And Josiah Strauss still at the front of the pack in front of Jacob Tyler May. And trying to see here when these guys will come to pit road. Nelson trapped on the outside. There's those cars to pit road as we speak. And 43 laps. That's going to be what they're going to turn. Nice and easy on pit road. 2 cars down on pit road. So they made a good entry. Now they need this thing to stay green for about, just under 20 laps, about 18 more laps for this thing to cycle through. Then the leaders will head to pit road. And that should put us within the fuel mileage range. Yeah, everybody will be within fuel mileage range from there on out. If they all can run about 43 laps on a tank. So fuel mileage not going to really play a big factor as I thought. Right now, Caleb's still kind of leading that outside lane. Jeffrey Sykes up there with him as well. I get a feeling we get down to about 20 to go or so, this thing is going to get a little crazy, folks. I think we're far from being at the, what I would say the safe part of the race. Because it's going to get a little nuts, I have a feeling. And they're going to start catching these cars like Jonathan Dance, who took that alternate fuel strategy. There's Jonathan Dance and Don Parks. Man, those two were really separated on the racetrack. That's not going to help them at all. Here comes this pack of angry wolves behind them. Pack of angry wolves here coming behind them. They're going to put them a lap down. And right by it they'll go. Everybody will work their way by. Parks there in the 54. Good job. Everybody works their way through. Next car to go a lap down is going to be Mr. Jonathan Dance. As this pack will yet again consume him. Nothing he can do. And let's go take a look at the second pack. 21 seconds back, man. Is this 58 leading the second pack right now with the 48 right there in tow? That's about a 5-car pack, and they're way off the pace. They're back here in 13th, and they are way, way off your leaders. And about a second a lap slower, too. So not good for them right now, losing about a second a lap. The 47 complete. You see Caleb still working the outside of the racetrack. And we're getting our way towards halfway here tonight. Again, 48 on the board this time by. And right now, Caleb Nelson up there on the top side trying to take the lead. Make it lead change number 12 on the night. Folks, we're going to go crank it up. I've got to step out of the booth a moment and we'll be right back with you. Alright, folks, we're officially back again. Caleb Nelson up there on the high side of the racetrack trying to work his way through. Leading that top lane right now. Great run for Caleb. Pushing his way through. Caleb Nelson hanging on the top side. And doing a great job hanging on right now. So Caleb's still trying to soldier on that top lane with Jeffrey Sykes. Not really making a ton of ground, but we're going to be coming up on pit stops here in just a little bit, not too far away. And right now, everybody hanging on. Caleb Nelson on the top side of the racetrack. As our moderator is currently choking in the background on something to drink or something. So that happened as we're 57 complete. And right now, hanging on, Josiah Strauss up in front of the field. Caleb right there as well, working their way through right now off of turn number 4. right now hanging on 57 of 100 complete. And folks, it's going to be getting kind of wild and crazy and insane here in a little bit. And right now out front, Josiah Strauss hanging on, fighting their way through. And working our way down the back straightaway once again. And that is the way we set right now. Again, 58 of 100 in the books right here tonight. And we've had 11 lead changes, one a major accident. And right now, single file at the front of the pack, Josiah leading the way right now, hanging on for the most part. But I tell you what, this could get desperate near the end. And 60 on the board this time by. And right now, it'll be 40 laps to go. And Josiah leading the way right now, hanging on in front of the field. 60 on the board this time by. And look at one car on pit road. That's going to be Brian Robinson. We're going to keep an eye on the front of the pack. 60 out of 100 complete. It's going to put us at roughly 40 to go. Jacob Tyler May right there behind him. Caleb Nelson. They're going to go through some slower cars. It's already stopped as they work their way down the back straightaway. This field has gotten massively spread out through around this 2.5 mile racetrack here tonight, and they'll continue the way they are right now. 61 on the board. And big exit to pit road. Most of your leaders coming down. Caleb staying out, some of them coming down. You seen smoke flying off some of the tires as they locked them up. And right now, single file right now as they work their way through. 61 of 100 complete as they work their way down the back straightaway right at the moment. Caleb up there out in front. That's going to be Nelson out in front right now trying to hang on. Outside of him, and that is going to be the 54 lap down. And then the 04, Caleb to pit road. Nice easily entry. Look at Jeffrey carrying a ton of speed, hard on the brakes. Great job getting that 04 machine slowed down. Hands the lead over for the first time tonight to Jared Ziegler. Jared Ziegler out in front trying to hang on. There'll be 63 on the board this time by. Jared Ziegler right there in front of the field. Ziegler leading the way. Madison second. Patrick third. Fourth is Green. And right now, fifth is Austin Green. So those guys as well, this is part of that backpack. Now they'll hit pit road. And this should round out our stops. Jared Ziegler there in the 57 currently on pit road, otherwise known as the 2 car. So he'll be on pit road. AK Jared, when you watch this, I'm going to kill you for changing numbers after I got your number in there. Love you, buddy. Right now, Dustin Madison, yellow's out on the racetrack. And we're under caution once again. Looks like everything's going to cycle through. We're going to try to find what happened. Second yellow of the night here at lap 63. Oh, looks like we had problems at the exit of pit road. The cars ended up on the... What in the world? Some type of issue here. It looks like that was the 7. And what wrecking up in front on pit road exit. They come up on the track and nowhere for some of the cars on the racetrack to go. Man, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The 58 had no chance. Gets in the back of Antonio Bianchi. And that brings the yellow out again here at lap number 63. Well, 63 on the board, yellow back out right now. Caleb Nelson will take over the race lead with the yellow back out. We'll get ready to turn them back loose here in a moment. It'll be about 30 or so laps to go. Right now, 64 of 100 in the books. As Caleb out in the front. And we'll get ready to go green again. Oh. And we'll get ready to get them lined back up. I don't know where the pace car is at. Apparently still working on getting caught up. What is going on? There's the pace car. So we'll all get ready to get lined back up. Should be 30 to go. $66 on the board this time by. And we'll get ready to turn them loose once again. In a moment, Caleb Nelson to pit road. See Nelson on the pit road into his box. And nice and easy. He'll come back up, top off on fuel. Again, should be about 30 to go when we do go back green here. See a bunch of cars out of this one. $67 laps going to be complete this time by. And right now, Josiah Strauss out in front. And right now we will fight our way, getting ready to go back green once again. 67 and 100 in the books. And we're going to slow roll through once again. Caleb Nelson out there in front. 67 of 100 complete. And folks, as we're getting ready to wind them back up, man, this pace lap's taking forever. As it looks like they had a little bit of problem trying to get everybody in their proper positions. Now they seem to be getting ready to go back green here in a few minutes. And right now, as we'll get ready to go back to green once again in just a moment. Long yellows here at Daytona, just after 10:04 Eastern Standard Time. Here on the East Coast, as we're getting ready to go back green. And 68 will be on the board. And let's see here how this pans out here at Daytona. We're not going to interview anybody tonight. We're going to let them stay focused. Really too much on the line to do interviews here this evening. And all that jazz. I'm letting them all stay focused here for this one. Alright, chat, sound off. Everybody in chat, how are you tonight? Sarah, nice to see you out. I don't know if Hart's in chat. I know Hart was on the racetrack. And actually, Hart having a good run. Look at that Hart green. Up there inside the top 12. That car looks okay. Hey, Hart, buddy, I think we need to get you another paint scheme. I mean, it's like a pure black race car, buddy. Like, I think I'm going to get Splash and Go Graphics on board with Hart. The channel's going to help Hart out. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just for Hart green. I got an ideal for Hart's car, actually. What we'll do to it. And Hart is still trying to get caught up here with one to go. And here we go. So, lights off on the iRacing pace car. Audio check. Make sure everything is working properly before we go back green. It will be 69 on the board this time by. Here we go. 69 on the board. And there we go. Green flag back in the air once again. Hart green did get caught up to the pack there. So, it'll be just shy of 30 to go. About 32 or so left in this one. With the green flag back underway, Caleb Nelson, who has been up front basically all race, still up front and leading the way. Do you know the way? Apparently Caleb does, because he is out front, leading the rest of this pack through. Right now, hanging on Caleb Nelson out in front of the pack. Hanging on out front, right in front of Jacob Tyler May, Keith Nelson, Jonathan Dance, Don Parks. And now look at the pack back here in the back, starting to make moves. Patrick Curtis back here with 30 to go. Starting to get amped up here deep in the pack. These guys starting to move around a lot more. And right now, coming to 30 to go, Patrick Curtis working his way forward. Along with, guess who? Jared Ziegler. Go figure. Those two working together again. We've seen this so many times. The 1 and now the 57/2 machine up on the top side of the racetrack. And new race leader, Jared Ziegler, to the front of the field like he's shot out of a cannon. Man, these guys are strong on plate tracks. You get these two together now. Race leaders out in front. Now can anybody come up with something? Look at Hart Green. Green on the top side. He's going to go with Dustin C. Madison. Madison right there as well. What a race here tonight, folks. We're coming down to it. 71 and 100 on the board here tonight. Patrick Curtis to the outside. He's going to abandon his buddy Jared. Jared now left to the bottom with Caleb. And here comes Patrick Curtis in that number 1 machine. My number 1 draft. Well, I'm not going to give that away. So, what y'all don't know is we're watching the action on the racetrack here. This week sometime, I'm going to do draft picks and trouble behind them. As I had a really cool idea, they're wrecking behind them. Big trouble front straightaway. Cars in the fence. Yellow is out. Smoke on the front straightaway. And that is going to be the 71. 66 comes through. Collects himself. Let's take a look at it again. Oh, that is just somebody trying to get in line where they couldn't get in. That was Josiah Strauss. Big trouble for him. The 6 car in a shower of sparks with the 71 machine brings the yellow out. And yellow is out once again. Alright. So yellow back out here. Let's take a look at the points standings here. 72 laps to go. What I think's about to happen. So that's going to take Josiah Strauss out of this one. Out of contention for a win here tonight. And basically out of the playoffs. Keith Nelson's night over. He is going to be out of the race. However, due to Jonathan Dance not making it, or excuse me, Ashton not making it, that would have moved Kevin Nelson in, but he would have had a 30-something point lead over Brian Robinson. Robinson, however, is also in trouble. He's 18th, 3 laps down. He won't make that back up. Levi was way too far back to get it done on points. He is out of contention. So basically, unless somebody gets a win here that's outside of the playoff bubble, as we'll call it, luckily for Kevin, he should be in. I got that mixed up there because Kevin would have been in. Correct? Yes, Kevin would have been in. So Kevin's night is over. 37 laps down, but he's still technically in. Let's see if we can get him in TeamSpeak. Or Discord, rather. I'm trying to piece this together, guys. Hang on just a moment. So as we set, officially, by my count, and I'm not an admin, like I like to point out every time I do this crazy stuff to where I do all this math. I'm not an admin. I don't make the call. So if it's wrong, I apologize. I'm doing the best I can with the information I got. So here would be your playoff grid if it started right now unofficially. And I stress unofficially. Alright. It would be Patrick Curtis, Jared Ziegler, Dustin Madison, Caleb Nelson, Ashton would drop out, Jonathan would be in, Jeffrey Sykes would be in, Antonio would be in, Austin Green would be in, and Kevin Nelson would be in. That is if it started like literally right this lap, right this second. Now, somebody gets a win, that's going to bump Kevin out and move them in. That is a simple way of looking at this. As long as I've done everything correctly and understood everything correctly, that should be the way it plays out. And I'm actually going to be kind of impressed with myself if I was correct. Because we all know I'm a good broadcaster. I'm not so good with mathematics. So, right now, as we take a look out in front, who can set and mess up this whole scenario? This whole cake. Who can mess that up? Well, Jacob Tyler may, could do that. Jacob could mess it up. He's on the outside looking in, setting third. What about Don back here in fifth? How about him? He could mess it up as well. As we take a look through the guys that could kind of ruin the day for other people. What about Gary? Gary right here could do it. Hart Green, my personal draft for tonight. Sitting back here in ninth, he could do it. He could definitely mess it up for a couple of others. Christopher in the 48, he could get up there. He's got a hurt car, but if he comes up with a way to get the win, he could lock himself in some way. And let's grab Norman King back up here in the booth before we go back green, because why not? And let's talk to Norman right quick. Where are you at, Mr. Norman King? Good old friend, good old buddy, good old pal. I know he's probably watching the broadcast. I'm going to hear a ding, and it's going to be him coming in. And where's he at? Where's he at? Where's he at? Alright, as we're getting double file, and I'm up here playing the playoff what if game. We'll wait to get Norman up here in just a moment. But I'm enjoying this playoff what if game I'm doing. Antonio, oh, Norman's not in Discord anymore. You're fired, Norman. You're supposed to be my in-race reporter, who's no longer in the race. You know, you're fired, Norman. Breaking news, Norman King retiring as a driver and coming to work for Extreme Sim TV as an in-race reporter, which entitles him to go back to the race. See, I'm going to keep Norman in that car one way or another. Oh, God. Norman's going to kill me after tonight. Oh, I love picking on Norman, but it is so much fun. But he's going to kill me. Alright, as we get ready to go green. Here we go. Should be just shy of 20 to go. Once again, coming down to it at good old Daytona. Getting ready to go green once again here tonight. And right now, Patrick Curtis out in front. Jacob Tyler May there as well. 75 out of 100 complete here tonight. And green out once again. 76 on the board. Great jump for Patrick Curtis out in front of the field. He'll start to pull away. Alright, Patrick Curtis out in front. Big push coming behind him. Curtis trying to hang on. Look at May. Holy cow, just drove to the outside. He's got help with him. Oh boy, now Caleb to the bottom. May, you got to get to the bottom here and block that. Not going to happen. Man, oh man, Caleb made a power move right to the bottom of the racetrack. And it's going to work out. I kind of feel bad for Tyler May there. He couldn't get down in time. 77 on the board of 100 this time by. And now the battle continues at the front of the pack here. Dustin Madison leading the outside line. A pack full of cars with a chance to pull it off here this evening. Dustin C. Madison on that top line right now, leading it down the back straightaway. Patrick Curtis says, nope, I'm out of here. I'm checking out. I'm going to the back again. Bye. See ya. You know, he don't want to have anything to do with the shenanigans that's about to ensue at the front of the pack. Alright, wager time. Who says we tear up a lot more race cars before the end of this one? I'm pretty confident. I'm like 80% sure we're going to tear up a lot more race cars here. 78 on the board this time by. And right now out in front, Dustin C. Madison hanging on. 48 back there, the modified still in 12th. Missing the hood and everything else on that 48. But he's still running around. As long as he can keep the car running, you got a shot. As long as you're out there, you see that modified back there in the back of the pack. Big time movement in the front. May going to get stuck in the middle. Jacob's like, really, guys? You're going to put me in the middle. I'm going to be the sandwich as we work our way through. Nice job, everybody checking up, not causing an incident. Austin Green back there trying to come up with something. What about Dylan Parks? And right now, everybody hanging tight on that outside line. Whatever word I was trying to say there. 79 and 100 complete. Dustin Madison out in front. 80 on the board this time by. And Dustin trying to be a road runner up there in front of the pack. He's going to have to kick it in high gear. He'll have to be like Wile E. Coyote or something up there to block this pack that's going to be coming behind him. As they hang on down the front straightaway once again. 80 on the board. Dustin Madison hanging on. 80 on the board this time by. 20 to go. Next time past the stripe. Currently 10-19 on the East Coast. We're closing into the playoff cutoff lap here at lap 100. The end of this one, that's going to be it for the playoffs and who will make it in. And we're going to work our way down the back straightaway single file. Alright, as we continue along here, single file for the most part. These guys still trying to hang in there right now. Who is going to make this work at the end? 19, count them, 19 laps to go here from Daytona. Man, what a race it has been. You know, technically 20, but it should be 19, I thought. But working our way through Madison out in front. 19 to go this time by. And here we go, working our way down the back straightaway. Caleb to the top of the racetrack. The one right there as well, making the move with them. Caleb up top. Look at the move he's making. Sykes, he can't hold him back there here. He tries to come up and break the run. A little bit of side drafting going on now, fellas. We know how side drafting turns out. That never goes well for you guys. But still, they're going to try it. Anything to get to the front. Right now, 19 of 100 complete. And right now, side-by-side trouble deep in the back. One car out of shape, he'll hang on to it. Great bit of driving. I believe that was Jared Ziegler. Car moving around more than something. I don't know what was moving around more there, but that car moved around a lot. He hangs on to it here as we're coming to 18 laps to go. So, who in chat, well, we're coming to 18 laps to go in a playoff race. If you're in chat, particularly you, Norman, who wants to hear the moderator call a lap? Back here shaking her head, no. Oh, I thought we'd have some fun with her. Let her call a lap. 18 laps to go. Nothing like throwing her in the fire, right? Letting her call a playoff important race here as they work their way down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. 17 laps to go this time by. This time by Madison out in front. Caleb there as well. Side by side, a pack of cars at the front of the field. 17 laps to go. Caleb, great run there, but Patrick Curtis coming to his bumper. Curtis working his way up to the back bumper here. Big shove coming into 1. Caleb to the bottom. He'll take the race lead. Curtis tries to follow, can't get it done. He'll fall back in line now. Curtis tried to make his move, couldn't get down with his partner. Madison to the top of the board. Now Madison up high, trying to make it work down the back straightaway. This is getting good, folks. We're making dive bombs now. And this is where we end up in trouble. When you start jerking these cars back and forth, you can get that car kind of cattywampus and get yourself in trouble in a heartbeat. 16 to go this time by. right now as they work their way through. Norman King says yes. Now look at the move to the bottom. Dustin Madison to the bottom, throwing the block on the inside of the racetrack. 16 laps to go. Down the back straightaway right now. Now blocking all over back and forth, coming to 15 to go this time by Dustin Madison at the top of the field. Now look at these guys going at it back and forth. Who is going to get themselves in to playoff contention here? 10, yeah, there's a ton of movement. And right now, a ton of cars making the moves back and forth. 15 to go. Ton of movement within the pack right now. And here comes Caleb Nelson trying to get back to the front of the pack. Madison on the bottom. Up, Caleb blinking out. Man, that's going to cause a problem if they're not careful. We're going to have lap traffic on the top side. The pack of Thundering Wolves to the bottom. They're all going to work their way through right now inside the racetrack. Right on through, no problem. Caleb at the top of the board right now. Can anybody come play the spoiler tonight at Daytona? Man, these guys are all over it right now, right with one another down the front straightaway once again. It's going to be 14 at the stripe. Caleb nearly got turned by Patrick Curtis, but they'll hang on to it. 14 laps to go. 14 to go this time by. Now they'll work their way through 1 and 2 once again. Here comes Jeffrey Sykes giving all kinds of push to the back bumper. Madison out clear here. He's going to have to play both lanes if he wants to hang on. Look at the movement in the pack. We're going to have a car getting bumper hooked here in a minute. I bet you money, dollars to donuts, we're about to have a problem. Because Patrick Curtis right there in the middle, you've seen that car move around. These air buffeting these cars back and forth right now. Down the front straightaway once again. Madison out front. Sykes second. Look right there in the mix. Jonathan Dance there as well. He's going to have to find a dance partner if he's going to get to the front here. And he's doing a good job right now. 13 to go. 13 laps to go. The 07 machine of Caleb Nelson on the top side of the racetrack. By the way, Norman King, now that I know you're in chat, you're fired from being the in-race reporter. Anyway, we'll continue along. 12 to go this time by. Right now, these guys right now doing a great job. They're hanging on. Patrick right there on the top side. 12 to go this time by. And right now, 12 laps to go. Jeffrey Sykes down there on the bottom with Dustin Madison. Madison trying to hang on. Man, oh man, can anybody play spoiler tonight? What about Hart Green? Let's check in with Hart. Where is baby? Oh, trouble! Patrick Curtis around. And just like we said, more trouble for Patrick Curtis. We seen him move around a couple of laps ago. And he blinked in and blinked out and blinked all around. Did the hokey pokey and spun around. And that brings the yellow out once again. So yellow out on the racetrack once again. And once again back under pace speed with 11 laps to go. Dustin Madison will be your race leader on this restart. So it will be 10 laps or less to go, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 7 when this thing goes green. And yellow is out once again. Patrick Curtis ending up around, bringing out the caution. Well, looky, who's in 10th? That's going to be Hart Green. Come on, Hart, buddy. Get yourself in the chase, my friend. You can do it. Yeah, Norman, I think you do have the best save of the year, going upside down, landing on your wheels, and driving away from it. Good save, buddy. The moderator says she agrees. Wait a minute, Norman. Since when are you on the side of the moderator and her on your side? What's going on here? I don't like this. Hey, Norman, you're the one that made me go get a flight stick from Thrustmaster, and now you don't even play Flight Sim anymore, so I don't want to hear it. You got me addicted, now you don't play with me. 9 laps to go this time by. Dustin Madison out front. Jeffrey Sykes in second. Jonathan Dance in third. Caleb Nelson fourth. Don Parks back there in fifth. And Jacob Tyler May in sixth. Austin Green in seventh. When we get ready to do this restart. Alright, as we get ready to go back green, here should be 7 laps to go. I moved to Texas. I'm not even Norman. I had something for you, but I'm not touching it, Norman. We're not going there. Hope it'll be good to you, buddy. Anyways, we continue along. Dustin Madison is front of the field. Out front, right now behind him, Jeffrey Sykes, Jonathan Dance. Right now hanging on, Caleb Nelson there as well. Don, Jacob, Tyler May, Austin Green. As the conspiracy theories continue on Extreme Sim TV each and every night. And we'll get ready to go back green just in a minute. I hope you guys have had fun tonight. I've had a blast up here. I've laughed so much I think my cheeks are red. Anyway, 8 laps to go. Lights still on the pace car. We're not going to interview anybody here. Again, the situation as dire as far as the chase goes as this. I want everybody as focused as they can be when we get these things back underway. I've seen that, Norman. I've seen that, buddy. Oh, God. So it'll be 8 to go this time by. And so, we'll get ready to go off once again. And right now, Dustin Madison out front, Jeffrey there in second. We'll get ready to go green once again. And we do have a podcast coming that me and Norman have to do as well on the channel here pretty soon. We're going to cover a couple of topics. I think the 57 and 37, I think that's going to be a strong pairing. I do agree with you. Well, I would kind of throw a couple of them in there. The 32, you see Austin, and there's Jared. There's Jared and Austin, and those two are going to be pretty strong. I thought the 37 might have been involved in that as well. He's got damage. Hart Green, I think that's another one that can kind of get on to those two and kind of ride them to the front as well. Oh, Dustin Madison out in front. Right, Norman? Jeffrey Sykes out front right now. So now the 32, if you take a look, and that number 57, otherwise known as the 2, any other race this season, he is locked in. I just don't have his graphics up with the 57 car. Those two could work their way forward, but man, I'm holding out hope that somebody can pull it off and upset everything. 7 laps to go. This time by, lights out on the pace car. Jeffrey Sykes, Dustin Madison, Jonathan Dance, Caleb Nelson, Jacob Tyler May, Don Parks, Gary Austin Green, and the 57. And those two lined up on the inside, right with each other. Oh, so Mr. Norman, if they're on the inside right with each other, common sense would tell me they're going to have to make a third lane, right? I'm thinking with 7 laps to go, they're going to have to make a third lane here to make some ground. So here we go. Madison out front. Here we go. Green back in the air. We got another car blinking in and out. That's Caleb once again. 7 laps to go this time by. 7 to go. Madison on the bottom. Jeffrey Sykes there. We'll keep an eye out for that 32 and 57. They got split up by Gary. Right now, Jeffrey doesn't have anybody really with him but Caleb, and they're going to lose ground here down the back straightaway. 6 to go this time by. Well, here comes the dance once again. And I'm looking for guys to pull out a line, but nobody pulling out yet. Right now, Tyler May right there as well in the 16, looking for a way around. We're looking deeper in the pack here, trying to see where this run's going to come from. 6 laps to go, and somebody's going to have to come with a run pretty soon. You see them kind of stacked up on the top side, nothing they can do. Tyler May peeks out, and there you go, Jacob Tyler May out to the top side. Now Jacob leads the way here. Now Jonathan Dance with Dustin up there in front, the front 2. But we've got cars on the top side of the racetrack now. We're closing in on the end of this one. We got a couple of cars top side of the racetrack. We got some cars falling back as well. Coming to 5 laps to go from Daytona. Man, oh man. Here comes the 32 of Austin. He's got help, that potent combination. Green, Jared, those guys right there lined up. You see it right there on the bottom. They've got themselves together now. And they're in that inside lane with 5 to go here. Now, does the 32 dive out when he gets clear of Jacob here? That's going to be interesting. If he can clear Jacob and jump to the top sign here, that's going to open up a spot. He's got to have the road trouble. The 54 around, Tyler around, and we got him wrecking on the back straightaway. You're right. Don Parks involved as well. Jacob trying to do the upset, and those two going around. You see the contact there. And I think Jared Ziegler may have gotten some damage as well out of that. A little bit of right rear maybe. He hung on to the race car. One more look at it. Your car getting in the outside wall later on. See, Jared was right there in the mix. Yeah, he's got some front end damage. Getting caught up in that yellow back in the air. 4 laps to go. Folks, well, that means it's going to be Extreme Sim TV overtime. Yep, overtime time. And I think they have multiple attempts. We're going to ride on board with Jared if we can. Well, it won't let us, I don't think. We'll try it. Hang on, let's see what happens. What happened here? Oh my goodness, under caution. What? And more damage. What just happened? Under caution, he got turned around, I believe. That was Jared we were with. Now I'm unbelievably confused. So there's the wreck. There goes Jared. We can find Mr. Jared again. There's Jared. So the yellow flag's out here. What happened here? He had the car gathered up. We're going to stay with this because we come to him and he was going around. What in the world happened? He seems to be okay. 3 laps to go. He blinks out. He's on the apron, nothing crazy. Still nothing. It was on the back straightaway, whatever happened. And they're coming off of turn 2. And everybody gets on the brakes. Everything looks good here. Okay. Why do I not think we're done yet? Well, first off, apparently Jared was texting and driving. Now what? Like, I'm kind of confused here because we saw him actually go around. We're going to stay with this a little bit longer. What happens here on pit road entry now? Huh. Everything's fine up to this point. Because we've seen him go around. And he's going to come down pit road. We're going to follow him here. If we picked anything up on a crash cam. What happened here? So he's coming off of pit road. We're going to figure out what happened here. Because I swear I seen him around. Or I'm crazy one. We with that one camera, he was going around, wasn't he? What I thought. I'm trying to dictate what happened. Let me go to one more look here. So something happened. There's that. That might have been what I picked up, but I swear I seen him go around. He did make contact. So nevertheless, Jared had some issues there. We may have to ask him about under the race. Or after the race, because it didn't pick up the actual spin. But nevertheless, some issues there for Jared. So, 3 laps to go here. So, we'll get ready to get the green flag back in the air once again. Three laps to go. So it's 3 to go this time by. Right, getting ready to go once again here. Well, who is ready for overtime here tonight? And double file we go. Dustin Madison going to restart with the lead. Again, 10:41 on the East Coast right now. Getting ready for the first attempt at overtime. And right now, I tell you what, some of that potent tag team got broke up. Between Austin Green and Jared Ziegler, they're still together, but I don't think they're going to be as potent as it was because the 54 is missing a bumper. Jared's got damage on the front end. I don't think they're going to be nearly as potent. Meanwhile, we got a modified in the top 5. Look at Christopher up there. I told you if you're in it, you can win it. We got smoke on the apron there from somebody on the apron getting it gathered back up. So we have a modified in the top 5, so he's going to try to, well, that line's going to probably get slowed up, and that's not good for Caleb at all, because his nearest help is missing a nose piece. That's not going to help him. Art Green up here in 7th, he's got a chance of poking his way into it, but nevertheless, we're going to be 5 miles away on this restart from figuring out who is going to walk away with the win here tonight. Will we make it back to the white flag, or will there be another yellow? We're about to find out. Everybody's all packed up, ready to go. Pace car going down pit road. Dustin Madison leads them down. Once again, green is out. Dustin back out once again. 2 laps to go. Here we go. Will we make it back to the white flag? Man, Dustin's in the catbird seat. Look at that outside lane, how broke apart it is. Trouble back in the pack. We're still green. We're going to stay with the leaders. Trouble back in the pack right now. Still under green at the moment. Dustin just wants to make it around to see the white flag here. Down the back, straightaway movement behind him. That's going to be Jonathan Dance. Dance trying to hold the inside line. Caleb back there as well. We're coming through 3 and 4. Will they make it back to the stripe? Nobody moving out of the line. Dance back there dropping back. Now coming to the stripe. White flag in the air. When does Caleb make his move? Look at Christopher right there as well. White flag in the air. Here comes Jeffrey Sykes to the top of the racetrack. Jeffrey, he's going to come down hard on the door. The 07 follows underneath. We got Gary right there. He's trying to make something happen as well. 3 wide for third. Meanwhile, out front, Dustin Madison hanging on down the back, straightaway headed for 3 and 4. Boy, oh boy, what does Caleb do here? Jonathan Dance, I believe that is on the top side, leading the top lane. Headed for 3 and 4. It doesn't look like anybody's going to upset anything here. Madison out front. Out of turn number 4. Big move behind him. Big move by Caleb. It's actually going to work. He's got help. Wrecking behind him. At the stripe. Photo finish. And Dustin scored. We got a car to catch fence. Holy cow. Holy moly. And right now, Dustin Madison scored your race winner. Gary's car destroyed. Wow, what a mess at the end of this one. Alright, let's go back and take a look at the big incident behind them. And we'll take a look at your photo finish as well. Here we go, taking a look here. Just gets hit, that car is going to go up in the air here in just a moment. And right there you see it into the catch fence. Huge impact. Man, oh man. Meanwhile, Dustin Madison down here after winning a race into the inside wall. What a race. We'll try to get a camera for you if we can. Alright. Coming to the stripe right here. Dead even. Pretty much. Madison maybe by a foot. And let's see if any cameras I've got that will give us a better view of that. Man, oh man. What a night. Wow. And we'll get to the chase here in just a moment. And who's in and who's out and all that good jazz. But first we're going to go back and take a look here. So let's get ready to take another look at it because that was absolutely insane. Alright, let's take a look at Dustin Madison's car once again. Alright, all the way back as far as we can go here. You see him wrecking behind them. And you see some of the wrecks that are behind them. You see that front pack kind of trying to pick up the crash again. But you see right there at the stripe, great race. Man, oh man. What a night. What else can you say about that one, folks? Well, let's grab your race winner. Holy moly macaroni. Dustin Madison able to get the win here tonight. Congratulations to him in a photo finish. Wow, what more can you ask for? We knew it was going to be close. Madison was already locked in to the playoffs. Now we'll grab another win here tonight at Daytona. All right, let's see where he may be in good old Discord land. Oh, Dustin Madison. Everything's breaking, so that's nice. Well, I think we broke everything. Caleb. Dustin, are you not in Discord, buddy? Daggone you, Dustin. Alright, Dustin's not in Discord. Let's see here. We'll go with P2. Mr. Caleb Nelson coming home second here. And there is Mr. Nelson. He is currently mic muted, but we'll drag him in anyway. Hey Caleb, you got a copy of me?
I do. How are you?
Wow, oh wow, buddy, what a finish.
Yeah, you aren't kidding. That was a close one.
10-4, buddy. What do you think about seeing the car in the catch fence in your mirror after you got it all straightened out?
It was. I mean, that was a sight. Honestly, the whole race was a little crazier than I anticipated. We rode for a lot less than I thought we would, but when it came down to crunch time, just kind of tried to set myself in a good position where if I couldn't be leading, set myself probably second, trying to come to the line where I could pull out of 4. It worked out that way. I just didn't get a good enough run to the line there. So I'd like to congratulate Dustin. That was some fun racing there for the last half of the race.
Well, buddy, you're going to come home second. More importantly, you're going to be in the chase, bud.
Yeah, I'm excited, nervously excited about the chase starting. So we'll have to really hunker down here, get some laps in throughout the week, and make sure we're ready to go for Homestead.
10-4, buddy. Well, I'm telling you what, you may have to take your broadcaster back to the garage and work on a voice box after this one.
Oh no, can you not hear me?
Oh, I can hear you. I just can't talk for nothing.
Oh.
That was great, bud. I mean, that was a lot of fun. And, well, I'm hoping you do well in the chase, my friend.
All right, thank you very much.
Now, one thing before I let you go, were you and Dustin
Yeah.
thinking about the fact that there was some guys that was trying to win and get in? Were you trying to maybe keep them out of it by chance?
Oh God, no. I really was actually just going for the win because I wanted that extra 5 bonus points as a cushion come chase time. Because I know the Rovals in the first round, and I'm honestly terrified about that. So I'm trying to get as many bonus points as I could here to go in there.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, great job, my friend.
All right, thank you.
No problem, man. That was fun tonight, man. I'll see you in the chase.
All right, thanks.
Alright, let's grab Dustin up here. P1 is in Discord, so let's grab him. Alright, Dustin, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. Got a copy.
What a finish, man. Holy cow. Well, what was your thoughts coming to the line there, buddy? Oh, you lose him?
Man, I don't know. I think I was a fog there. I was just, I had Jeffrey behind me and he had a little bit of damage, so I knew that he was going to be a little bit slower. So I knew once Caleb popped out of line, I was probably in trouble there. So I was just trying to keep as much momentum was going as possible because I knew that there were some hurt cars behind us, so there wasn't really a lot of steam coming from behind. So I was really just trying to maintain as much as I could and hope that I didn't get hung out.
10-4, man. Well, you did a great job coming home with a race win. Building some momentum as you head towards your chase here next week.
Yes, sir. It's been a lot of fun. This is my first league, so I've been having a lot of fun with it. And I haven't talked to you yet, so it's I've been pretty bad at this Discord thing, so I'm glad you pulled me into the booth.
10-4, buddy. Well, that was a great job, my man. Welcome to the chase. Hopefully you can get some more, Dustin.
Yes, sir. That's the plan. Appreciate it.
Alrighty, buddy. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Just all these guys that have welcomed me into this league and been having a lot of fun with them and met a lot of nice people. So, yeah, I'll thank all these guys that are out on the track with me every other week or so.
Alrighty, buddy. Well, great job. Congratulations on the win tonight, my man.
All right, man. Thanks for broadcasting all this for us.
No problem, buddy. Alright, and let's see here. I believe we are pretty much done. We'll have your official chase format next week. And until then, everyone stay safe. God bless. We'll see you for the start of the chase next week. Until then, everyone stay safe. God